Yo, it's your boy, Straight Boss OV8, and it is Saturday. We're here to give you the smoke on the weekend on GTA 5 Online, and this is a versus video. This is only our second versus video. It's a series we want to do, but we're not going to fit it into a schedule. We're just going to do them pretty much wherever we feel like, where we pit, two weapons against each other, two guns against, two planes versus each other, two choppers, stuff like that. It don't need to be. It could be a plane versus a tank, whatever. But we're going to do a weapons one. We did a first one, RC Bandito versus the RC Tank. There will be a link in the description for that one, on which one reigns supreme out of the remote control vehicles. But this one we're doing the Minigun versus the Widowmaker. And these guns are pretty similar. I mean, everyone tends to think so, but I wanted to get right down to it and find out if this is really the case. Here we're looking at the Minigun first. The minigun you got for free if you were playing during last Christmas season. It was a giveaway. If you don't have it, you can purchase it for $47,000. Okay, it is rank locked, so you need to be a rank 120 before you can even purchase it, or you can't purchase it. Now, its stats are a damage of 30, fire rate of 100, accuracy of 40, range of 55. And clip size of 90 with an overall rating of a 63. Now over here, the Widowmaker, looking at the same thing, you see here the bars look very similar, and that's because that's correct. Everything is exactly the same, but numbers can be deceiving, especially when it comes to Rockstar. So we wanted to go ahead and find out. The overall on this is also a 63, and same range, clip size, although we're going to be showing that range is a little deceiving, and the damage of 30 is a little deceiving as well, and we'll be showing why. But it is not locked behind a rank. You can purchase this whenever. You can be a rank 3 and have this, so that's a perk of the Widowmaker. But it also does cost $449,000, which almost coming in at a $500,000. That is a rather expensive purchase. So, miniguns $47,000. Widowmaker is almost a $500,000. All right, here we're testing out the range. I wanted to see if these guns really do have the same range. We got Orb Smoke and Big Hoss down there, standing side by side. We're gonna have Big Hoss fire the minigun first, and we're gonna see where the bullets stop spraying here. You can see they are way down there, shown with the sniper scope. You can see the bullet range looks like it ends right about here. Okay, then we're going to have Orb Smoke fire up the Widowmaker. Let's see where the laser ends. Looks like perhaps the Widowmaker just a slight more range. Hardly at all. But, yeah. So, roughly the same distance. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run down there. I want to see, I showed on the scope how far away they were, but the range on these guns are absolutely disgusting on both of them. I do think the Widowmaker does have just a little more range. Not much at all, but okay, next we're testing out each gun. We want to see the damage. If there is any damage fall off from the range of the weapon, you can see Big Hoss takes out J Cut rather quickly from the range where the range ends, their max range. I go about halfway in between, and I get sprayed down about just as fast. So here we're going to go ahead and test the Widowmaker next with Orb Smoke, and it's going to be about the same. So everything's falling in line with these guns being very similar. The description for the Widowmaker is called a futuristic minigun, so they are very similar, and I did know going that in, but I did want to test them out, and because the numbers say they're the same doesn't mean they're the same. But everything there, the damage from even its maxed out range and from halfway, it looks to be about the same. So here we got Orb Smoke showing how with both guns you will run slow. And when you aim with it, you don't run at all. You slow down to a walk. Here, BJ Cut He was using the Widowmaker. He took down a Cargo Bob. I went after Orb Smoke, who's an Annihilator. And, I mean, that's what these guns are helpful for. If you got aircraft, you're pinned down, and you don't have the RPGs, or, you know, sometimes you miss with the RPGs, or the homing launchers are so bad in this game, you could miss with a homing launcher. So, everything seems to be about the same. So, here we're doing a little test of the PvP. In action, Orb Smoke has the Widowmaker, and I will be representing the Minigun. So we can't have a clear winner until we find out who wins this, because everything seems to be about the same. Up until this point, the big difference is the price, obviously, and the rank. The Widowmaker, it's not hidden behind any rank unlock, but boy, it's expensive. So if you have the money and you don't have the rank, then absolutely get the Widowmaker. But if you have the rank, absolutely get the Minigun, because it's a lot cheaper. I mean, we're talking $400,000 cheaper. So the guns seem to be fairly similar. I've always thought the Widowmaker had a slight advantage. It just seemed like when I've gotten killed by the Widowmaker, I've always felt as though the Widowmaker had some really good range on the gun. So, and I still think it does have a slight edge on the range. One of the things that I forgot to put in here in the video is that the Widowmaker would be a hands-down winner if it did not use minigun ammo. It shouldn't use minigun ammo. They don't use the same ammo. The Widowmaker is a laser, for Christ's sake. So don't tell me the bullets that I'm firing out of the minigun is the same that what the Widowmaker uses. That's nonsense. So I would call the Widowmaker the hands down, easily top gun out of the big boys. If it actually used laser ammo. The fact that it pulls away from your minigun ammo, I think that's a little stupid, because it doesn't fire bullets, it fires a laser. So, but here with, I'm going to say, two people voted for the minigun. J-Cut voted for the Widowmaker. I tend to lean towards the minigun, as I did win this deathmatch with Orb Smoke with the minigun. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say the minigun is just a hair better, mainly because of the price. I'm gonna go with, but the Widowmaker isn't too bad, and I really do honestly feel that the Widowmaker does have a little more range. Not much, maybe like an extra foot and a half, 2 feet. And these guns, both of them really don't have much of a recoil unless you're aiming like really far away, like here, like me and Orb were doing. The range on these guns is disgusting, absolutely absurd. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dub the minigun the winner. Go ahead and comment what you feel is better, the minigun or the Widowmaker, and go ahead and state why. And here we got our schedule coming up. Just a little change there. Red Dead Online video will be up Tuesday instead of Monday this week.